Yo, what is up, guys? And we are back for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. And you guys, the celebration, I mean, is essentially at a close, right? The worldwide celebration, listen, was it as good or as bad as the anniversary, to be honest? I'd kind of put them in similar sort of stratospheres. I wanted to use this time running this Extreme Z area to talk about it a little bit, and then of course we'll awaken our boy Oob, feed in the SA5 dupe, and we'll do all those good things. Let's definitely get this. Well, we can't get the unit super attack quite yet. He hasn't reverted to base, but that could be possible. But this celebration, so this is the last remaining, you know, the remnants of the celebration, right? This is it. The Extreme Z area, and then the 2 new stages added to the new story event to farm the free-to-play Oob, and then, of course, you know, farm up his Dokkan medals, and then Extreme Z awaken him through this event right here. This particular stage is actually quite easy, and I think a lot of it has to do with now that Hercule and Boo are easy aid. Wow, nice crit, baby. Wow. Hercule coming in clutch. And then, of course, we're going to level up some links. I haven't used basically any of these guys yet. But, yeah, so you've got Hercule and Boo rainbowed. I've got the Goku rainbowed. I've got this STR Boo rainbowed. I've got Deborah at, you know, 90%. He's 1 dupe away. Somehow managed not to pull him on the SS2 Vegeta banner. He is featured on that banner. But, you know, it's quite easy now. And actually, I definitely am going to Rainbow Oob. Now, we only need 15. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a run through and get 1 of each metal type, right? So let's go ahead and hop back in. You guys can see that it's very, very simple. And we'll go through. We'll definitely go through. Oh, I forgot to feed in the dupes as well. What was I thinking? Well, I'll definitely make sure. I don't know how I missed that, but somehow I didn't feed in the dupes. Oh, well. But we'll go over when we get him fully easy aid and stuff. We'll go over his card, and I'll go over why I gave him what I gave him. I think that'll be a good way to kind of round out the video. But guys, so if we look at part 1, we basically had the new story event. So we had the 1 story event. I believe we had another one, right? So we had a couple of story events that they dropped, or one of the story events might have been right before the celebration started. So we had that, like we had the red stone. I think pretty soon on they, right when the celebration started, I'm pretty sure they dropped Boss Rush. I mean, that was at least something, right? And that was, you know, that's obviously a significant amount of stones. If you guys, you know, are completely unfamiliar or whatever, it's essentially the easiest 35 stones you could ever earn. Let's go ahead. We'll let Boo, or we'll let Deborah tank all that. So we had Boss Rush, and then you know, a few days after that, we had Infinite Dragon Ball History. We had the Gluttonous Saiyans event. This actually could do some damage. I mean, who knows? I mean, 55k. I mean, he took down 20% of our health. I guess that's pretty good. Oh, we didn't get Deborah Super. That's my bad. And he gets the additional anyway. Okay. And then beyond that, like, what else did we really get for part 1? I guess we got the, you know, the actual Dual Dokkan Fest, which was great, right? With I would say, like, a pretty modest amount of free-to-play stones. I think once we go over all of there will be a final tally. It might be up currently on the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle Wiki, the final count for free-to-play stones. I would drop a guarantee that it's less than last year. Last year we got over 1,000 free-to-play stones. So it looks like we have all of the silver ones we need. Okay, and then let's go ahead and do the hard stage. But I would go ahead and guarantee that we had less free-to-play stones. Kind of crazy, right? That's the way it went. But you know, hey, that's just the way it goes, right? So we get that. And then, you know, basically nothing happens. Nothing happens for like a full solid, I don't know, what was it, like 10 days, 8 days, something like that. So we literally got nothing. And I'm talking, we got no content at all. The last content we got in part 1 was indeed that, the special edition of the Dokkan Ultimate Clash, which was, I would say it was actually moderately challenging, especially compared to the anniversary one. This one I thought was a little bit harder. I know Super Boo was quite annoying, Gotenks was quite annoying, and then Ultimate Gohan was quite annoying as well, at least for me. Let me know in the comments below if you agreed. But ultimately, I would wager that most even new players are probably able to get that done. it's meant for everyone to be able to get done, right? With any modest amount of summons, if you get, even the most minute amount of luck, you should be able to, complete that, or at least come close or whatever, right? So that was the last thing we got for like 10 days. We were able to farm up the Goku and the Hercule, right, from the story event. And then finally, part 2 drops. And to be honest, it's, it's kind of whatever. I mean, honestly, nothing really was going on even in part 2. Like, obviously, we got a lot of new mission reset. I guess the one cool thing to come out of part 2, are we going to get the unit super attack here? We might. That is a Majin Buu saga. Yeah, I mean, we might. Let's see what happens here. Are we going to get it? No, because it's with the Goku, right? My mistake. The best thing we definitely got from part 2 was Extreme Super Battle Road. And I would definitely go ahead and say that counts as content, like, for sure. Like, they did at the very least drop it. Even though they were about 6 months late, hey, better late than never, I guess. So they did drop ESBR. Now, keep in mind that Extreme Super Battle Road is not for the faint of heart. That is not for the new player. Wow, we took a lot of damage there. That is not for the new player. That is completely designed for players who have whaled out boxes or just like long-time players, right? Because there is no chance a new player could take down any of those stages with, like, even a full, like, Battle of Wits team, or, a full Majin Buu Saga team. Like, you can't take down Super STR. No way. Like, you can't. And then maybe Extreme Fizz, if you were able to pull, like, let's say you started before the celebration, you were able to pull, like, I don't know, the Super Buu or whatever, the Fizz Super Buu. Like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like it was completely walled off to new players. And I would think that some of my subscribers agree that Extreme Super Battle Road, people's boxes just aren't made for it, right? Like, you either can or you can't. Like, so for instance, Super AGL, unless there's some strategy that I don't know about, that stage is, I would say, damn near impossible without God level RNG. It is damn near impossible to beat it without Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku, who is a relatively new LR. He's about, what, 6 months old, something like that. So, having a dude like that is like a damn near necessity for one of those stages. So no chance a new player is going to be able to beat those stages. Definitely walled off to them. But again, we'll count it as content because it's something to do at least, right? So we did get that. Let's see. Oh, we only have 20 of those. Okay. So we'll go ahead. Well, I'm on a roll here. Let's just go ahead. Oh, okay. We're at reset. That's cool. Let's collect our spoils, right? Yeah. Here we go. So we'll go ahead and hop back in here. No problem. Okay, and a whopping 5 stones. That is also from the daily capsule as well. If you guys are at all pay to play, that is worth it. That's 95 stones. Basically, let's just say 100 stones for 10 bucks. Now, yes, granted, it is over the duration of a whole entire month, but that's it's a really good deal. It's a really, really good deal. You can't really argue the value there. So I would definitely go ahead and say that is worth. So yeah, we were able to get ESBR, and then we got the EZA for the Hercule unit, right? The LR Hercule, which, by the way, I think at the time of this recording, we still can't officially fully EZA him. I don't think we have enough medals. I believe you need 45 medals. I think I only have in the 30s. It is completely and utterly possible that I missed a day or even 2 days. I don't really know. Because essentially what I do when I open the game now is, because there's been so little to do, is I basically just hop in and grind links. Like, that's what I do. I mean, I imagine a lot of you share that sentiment. What do we want to do here? I'd like him to be able to super attack. I'd like everyone to be able to super attack. Yeah, let's do this. This is fine. If we get, blasted right off the bat, we actually could be in trouble here. Because remember, I don't have anything invested in Oob or this Goku. My 1000-day Goku is literally like SA7, nothing in the potential system, right? So we were able to get the LR EZA, and then later on, we are able to, hop in and Dokkan Awaken the Goku, and then Dokkan Awaken the Hercule. Really, really good, right? Like, I actually really enjoy both of these units. I do also really enjoy the unit super attack. I'm having a ton of fun running that Angel SS2 Vegeta. We, I think, are going to die here. We'll see what happens, but we might die. It happens sometimes, man. Sometimes you get caught with your pants down. Oh, no, it looks like we're good. We're good to go. My mistake. It really helps, though. Actually, this is an issue. It really does help when you have STR Boo. You want as many STR units as you possibly can. That's definitely going to benefit you. And then, of course, you know, being able to do these little things like healing and stuff with same type orbs, those kind of things are important, of course. So let's just go ahead and hopefully Dabura can just do some real work. Dabura is like a cheat code in all of these, particularly that SS3 Goku one where he's got type advantage, you know, the int unit, right? So bringing as many STR units as you can is probably a good idea for you. Again, we could legitimately die if we get supered in either one of these slots. Hercule, I think he may have his... We are right at 40% health, but I don't think we were at 40% health when this started. Okay, so we took him down. That was kind of lucky, to be honest with you. So, but it's fine. So anyway, guys, Dokkan Awakenings, Extreme Z area, and then again, there's just a big time, kind of. We did get another stage in the Infinite Dragon Ball History. Again, I like Infinite Dragon Ball History. I think it's time to maybe drop something a little more challenging. I thought the ones for the anniversary were quite difficult. And I think, you know, in fairness, I did criticize, you know, Akatsuki for making that one too challenging to new players. Well, in the same breath, I'm saying this one is too easy for the veteran players. So I think that it is going to be important moving forward to kind of find the balance. And the reason why I say the last one was too hard for the anniversary is, like, dude, beating that stage with movie bosses was really hard for even someone with a whaled out box. I mean, it was straight up difficult. A full movie bosses squad was a big challenge. I think I ended up only using the minimum 3 movie bosses and doing the rest like full power. So I did like a full power movie bosses team. Worked out pretty well, but you know, still. Fact remains, it was pretty tough. So I think that's going to be important moving forward, is just finding a good balance there, right? This is a horrible opening rotation, like absolutely horrible. Yikes. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here, I guess. You know, if we die, we die, right? We'll hop back in. This should be the last run I need to do, and we'll kind of wrap up the video here. And then what else? We got the Legendary Summon banner, the top Legendary Summon. We do get the revamp of Majin Vegeta's super attack. Honestly, really cool. It is an absolutely beautiful super attack. That 12-key super is so clean. I'm really happy they did that. I thought that was a really good move. I'll give Dokkan credit where they deserve credit, and I will criticize them where they deserve to be criticized. I think that's really important, even for something like a silly gacha game, you know what I mean? But for a lot of us, you know, it's, you know, a lot of us invest a lot of time and otherwise into this game. So I think that it's completely fair that you criticize something that you really like because you want it to be better, right? Like if you criticize your favorite anime, it doesn't mean you don't love it, right? It just means you think they can do better. I know that, you know, for instance, Dragon Ball Super got a lot of flack, particularly in some of those early episodes, right? For, you know, the shitty animations, the Tournament of Power. Like there were some episodes that were straight up just like, you could tell they were like a rush job, and it was just like horrible, right? I believe it was, what episode is it? Let me know in the comments below if you can remember. But it was the episode that it was one of the episodes that they had reworked into the anime that came from the Battle of Gods movie. And then I know a little later on in the Tournament of Power, they used a lot of banked animations, and like there were some definitely big criticisms of Dragon Ball Super, right? But the whole point is you criticize them because you know that they can do better, right? They should have done better. And same thing with this anniversary. I think overall, like if we want to wrap it up here, like, a lot of times your success or failure in an anniversary is really based on how you summon. So if you pulled all 3 of the new LRs, you had a great time. Like this was an all-time, you know, great anniversary. It looks like we have all the medals that we need. Let's go ahead and collect the missions here. It looks like I got just enough runs to collect all the missions and such. So that's really good. But yeah, again, overall, I think that it's really important that that they release more content for these big anniversaries. This is considered one of the big anniversaries, or not anniversaries. This is considered one of the big celebrations, you know, of the year. It's a dual celebration, you know, a combined celebration, a quote worldwide celebration. I'm really happy they changed the name as well, because the number was starting to get outlandish, right? But anyway, guys, real quick, I'll wrap up the video here. And before we kind of move on into part 2 of the video, let me know your thoughts and feelings on the worldwide download celebration. If I called it the anniversary earlier in the video, I apologize. I meant the worldwide download celebration. Let me know how you feel about it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rainbow out Oob, and we're going to go over his card. I'm going to feed in the dupe and all of that good stuff, and I will be right back. Hey, what is up? Okay, so we are back. I went ahead and rainbowed our boy out. Now, also, I do want to point out, so never feel, just because like a content creator does it or something like that, never feel like you need to be pressured into rainbowing units that you don't think you're going to use or anything like that. Here's the thing is, like, I actually really enjoy Fizz Krillin, and I really like that Earthlings team. I think that it's got some room. Okay, let me backtrack. I better not overreact. I don't really like it, but I like that they have buffed it. Fizz TN is literally like fucking god tier. Like, it's crazy how strong they made him, man. Fizz TN is like a really, really good buff to it. Probably the best unit on the category. If not, then it's LR Krillin. It's close, I would say. Like, it's not, I wouldn't just like without a shadow of a doubt it's TN, or without a shadow of a doubt it's Krillin. You know, the thing is like I've got Krillin with I have TN at 79%. TN to me feels like Dokkan Fest exclusive power. Like, he's hitting as hard as like Angel SS2 Goku at link level 1 than my 55% Angel Goku is at link level, you know, almost close to 10, right? I've almost got him fully link leveled, my Angel SS2 Goku. So TN just feels really powerful, right? And he sits at about 100,000 defense. He's just overall like a really, really powerful unit. We don't need to. I wish that they would update this. One of the quality of life updates I hope they do is when you don't need to train the unit up for these, middle 3 awakenings, they shouldn't give you the prompt to train, because why would you train him? You don't need to train him yet. But I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so let's keep going. But yeah, so that's why I decided, I guess getting back to it, is like, that's why I decided I just am going to rainbow Oob. Because I like what they're doing with the Earthlings category. At the very least, they are buffing it, which is important. So we'll go ahead and do this. Let's just keep rolling. So their 3 best units on the category are probably this Oob, and then TN, and then Krillin, which are all a Fizz type, which is just kind of interesting, right? But they could easily release like a summonable, maybe like a secondary summonable Bulma or something like that to really add to it. Maybe you could like release like a legit like Chi-Chi. Oh, think of that Kid Chi-Chi, right? That Kid Chi-Chi's pretty damn good. Maybe you can actually like Dokkan Awaken the Ox King. Again, those are all Fizz units, which is kind of crazy, right? Actually, the Ox King could definitely be pretty valuable. Now remember, Ooh, okay, so you can farm his super attack up to SA 15 for free. You can see I'm getting +5 there. Don't you dare waste Elder Kais on a free-to-play unit. Don't you dare do it. Don't you do it. Unless the grind is absolutely, you know, crazy bananas for super attack. Like the Hyper Meta Rildo grind, grinding his SA, I found to be kind of a waste of time. I would have rather just used Kais on him. So that being said, let's find Oob, and then we'll go over his card, we'll end the video. That being said, I should have just used Elder Kais, because that grind was crazy. But anyway, guys, let's kind of go over the card real quick, and we'll wrap up the video. I know this is kind of a long video at this point. But our leader skill, Earthlings category, key 3, 77% to stats, or Fizz type key 3, 50% to stats. Obviously going to be useful for like prime battles and stuff in the future, right? Or if you don't have prime battles, all of the prime battles completed. He does infinitely stack attack with a medium chance to stun, which kind of plays into why I went ahead and gave him the splits I gave him. So let's go over his passive first. So his passive skill, Strength when it counts, is key 1, and then attack and defense 30% at the start of turn, up to key 4, and attack and defense up to 120%, plus an additional attack 100% within the same turn after receiving attack, guards all attacks when there's a World Tournament category enemy, or an enemy whose name includes Goku. So for instance, you know, I know that the classic example currently is like running the Legendary Goku event with this guy. This guy hits like a fucking monster truck. He guards. He's ridiculous, right, in that particular event. Or in any event where there's going to be a Goku, right? So just moving forward, there are definitely some Super Battle Road stages and stuff. Maybe not any that he fits onto. The Majin Buu Saga, actually in stage 1, I do believe you are up against a Goku. So that could, you know, definitely be useful. But all those other stages, Resurrected Warriors, are you up against a Goku? I'd have to double check that. I actually don't remember that stage too well. I haven't run that one in a minute. Let's see, the first stage I know is a Gohan and Videl, but that's all I remember. Anyway, not important. When you're up against a Goku, he's going to guard, he's going to be really, really strong. So I went ahead and gave him 17 additional, and the reason for this was this medium chance to stun the enemy. Again, I think a lot of stunning units, you definitely want to prioritize additionals. The only time I feel like you really should prioritize additionals is when there is a good secondary effect on their super attack. Because otherwise you just want to go for damage, or if they're a support unit, maybe you want to go full dodge, you know, something like that. But that's the only time in my opinion, where you'd want to just go like full additional or prioritize additional. In this case, I didn't go full additional, I simply just prioritized additional. And if you are a 3 dodge kind of guy, you know, keep in mind, you can go ahead and do 3 dodge. Keep in mind we have these now though, right? We have the equipment slots. You can definitely add, like, if you're doing chain battle and you just keep pulling dodges after dodges after dodges, don't be afraid to put them on free-to-play units. You know, why not? I mean, at some point we might get like an Earthling style, you know, equipment event where we can farm up a bunch of equips for, you know, Earthling category characters. You know what I mean? So like, shit like that is definitely possible. Look at all these Fizz Earthlings, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, those are probably, and then 6 Launch. Launch is ridiculous for their Dokkan Awakening. Honestly, the 5 or 6 best units are all Fizz. That's kind of crazy. That might be video worthy, huh? And then the Ox King, of course, if he had access to the potential system, he'd be really, really good. But there's our boy Oob. He's really good. I mean, he's a really, really solid free-to-play unit. If you feel like you're going to use him, go ahead and slap a Rainbow Star on him. That's the whole point, right? If you can use a free-to-play unit, Rainbow him out. A lot of these free-to-play units are meant to be run at the Rainbow level. I don't see any point in only running them like, you know, only getting their, you know, the little nodes, right, where you can, their actual hidden potential skills, right, like the crit, additional, and dodge. I don't see the point in doing that. If you're going to invest orbs into them, then just Rainbow them, especially like a free-to-play unit especially, because they're not meant to be run any other way. But that is the video, guys. I know it's kind of a long one today, but if you enjoyed it, slap a like on it and let me know your overall feelings on the worldwide download celebration, as we talked about in kind of part 1 of the video. I'm going to go ahead and say my final verdict is, I think a solid like 6.5 out of 10 if I had to. I wasn't real thrilled about it. Definitely was not, you know, 4-year anniversary level or even 3-year anniversary level. Definitely nowhere on that level. You know, if 4-year anniversary is the 10 out of 10, then this I don't think really even compared to it. But that's the video, guys, and I'll catch all of you in the next one. Later.